Hi, I'm CJ Miller on the road at the National Association of Farm Broadcasting Convention in Kansas City, and I'm with Caleb Ragland. He is the president of American Soybean Association, ASA. He's also a producer based in Magnolia, Kentucky, just south of the Louisville area. Did I say that right? Louisville?
Louisville. There's a few different. Close enough. We knew what you meant.
Absolutely. Caleb, first of all, let's talk about soybean producers and the biggest issues impacting soybean producers. I know that we've seen soybean futures, soybean prices on the rise after the U.S. China trade agreement has been made. That's got to be encouraging for you and soybean producers all across the U.S.
Absolutely. It's an important step, and we still have a long ways to go, but it is positive, and we desperately needed some positive news. We've seen some reaction in the market, but we've still got a long ways to go in reaching that 12 billion metric ton number here by the end of the year. We got about 6 weeks left, but hopefully we can meet that. And it's going to be really exciting when we actually see those soybeans being unloaded and we see cash on the barrel head and that deal is completed, because historically there's been times where there's been some seesawing and back and forth and cancellations and movement and so forth, but we have confidence that we will get substantial sales made, and the American soybean farmer desperately needs that market and that opportunity.
I know that USDA, President Trump, his administration, in talking about his tariff strategy, I know you've been somewhat outspoken in terms of what it means for soybean producers over the course of this past year. USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins has said that they are looking at a farm aid package, particularly for those who have been impacted negatively by the impact of this the Chinese boycott of soybean purchases from about May up until about a month ago. And if USDA were to get that farm aid package in the hands of soybean producers, that would certainly be a huge benefit as well.
It certainly would. The soybean farmer has incurred some major losses due to this trade war, and we've been the recipient due to the fact that we're the largest ag export product from this country. And China consumes 61% of all soy consumed worldwide. So they are such a massive market. When they boycott you, I mean, here the last few years, they've been taking about every fourth row of soybeans out of the United States, and having that just poof go to zero has been very negative. And we were already facing some struggles within the farm economy, and this made things far worse for many operations. And a financial bridge in order to help recover from some of those losses is vital that gets done, and it needs to happen sooner than later, because there's a lot of operations that are severely hurting financially, some that won't be in business in 2026 if something doesn't change. We need to see opportunities for farms to continue and to survive. We need opportunities for that next generation to come back to the farm, and this will make a difference when this takes place, and we hope that is done here promptly and get things done, because we know sometimes Washington doesn't move real fast, and with the shutdown and everything has complicated things, but it's important that gets done and get in the hands of farmers so can plan for a more productive and profitable 2026.
You mentioned Washington and lawmakers on Capitol Hill. I know that with the President Trump here recently, the House, the Senate agreeing to kick the can a little bit down the road in terms of the budget and reopening the government, if you will. It's great that the USDA is fully funded through September 30th, but yet we could see another shutdown here in January. Another issue certainly being that we still don't have an updated farm bill. We saw the one big beautiful bill, which had a lot of farm bill in it, but a skinny bill is what a lot of lawmakers are talking about. And I'm sure that's something that you and your team with American Soybean Association will also be pushing lawmakers to get an updated farm bill across the finish line.
Absolutely. Like so many things, we need some certainty, and getting that completed brings certainty if you don't have a target to aim at, it's hard to plan. It's hard to shoot accurately. And that's what we've been facing for several years now, getting these extensions and so forth. And it's hard to keep track. I think we're into about the fourth year of various types of 1 year or less extensions and so forth. And agriculture is not a partisan issue. We need Congress to get together and get something done and get it across the finish line for the good of this country. I mean, food security is national security, and American farmers are vital for the production of food. I mean, it doesn't seem that complicated when you narrow it down, but yet we haven't been prioritized in getting this done. I know that our leadership in both parties wants to see it happen within the ag circles, but when you get outside of the ag committee, sometimes I feel like we get lost, and we need to see this prioritized and get done. It's vital to this country. Agriculture is the lifeblood of the United States. We have a lot of folks that forget that, quite frankly, because they have it so good, they take it for granted and don't appreciate the wonderful food supply and resources that we have in this country. The food, fuel, and fiber that our American farmers produce is the best in the world. It's the most abundant, it's the most economical, and have the most variety of any country in the world, and it's so good to take it for granted. A few generations ago, it wasn't like that, and people were a lot more tied to agriculture then as well, and now there's such a small percentage of us that are actively producing. Most people don't have a connection to a farm anymore. They don't have a grandparent or aunt or uncle or parent to go home to on holidays and see firsthand what's going on, and they just take it for granted. And we need to get some of that back in the forefront, I believe.
Caleb, I know you're a busy man, but I want to ask about biodiesel, because in Indiana, we have the largest biodiesel production facility in the U.S. It's Louis Dreyfus, which is north of Indianapolis, northern Indiana area. And I'm sure that you and your team with American Soybean Association would like to see an even bigger push for biodiesel and the use of soybeans in biodiesel across the U.S.
We are certainly working every day on biofuels demand and opportunities, whether it be biodiesel, renewable diesel. There's opportunities with SAF. There's different feedstocks that can be used in SAF, but the rising tide lifts all boats, and biofuels are such an exciting opportunity for the soybean industry that we must be pursuing. I mean, and it's such a American concept. American farmer is growing a product. It's getting used here domestically. It's creating fuel that is good for the environment. It's good for the economy. It brings jobs. It brings economic opportunity to our farms. That ties back to economic opportunity for all of our rural communities. That local farmer dollar gets turned over 6 to 8 times at least locally. It's good for all of the small businesses and stuff. It's just good for everybody involved, and we need to be taking every opportunity we can to expand the use of biofuels. We have opportunities right now that need to be completed by Congress. We have the 45Z tax credit that's hanging out there that needs to be done. We have the renewable volume obligations, the RVOs, that need to be completed. That number's been debated and beat to death. It's time to get the deal done. We need Congress to step up and make it happen. And that's good for demand, and it brings stability and some certainty to our industry as well that we desperately need.
Once again, Caleb Ragland, president of the American Soybean Association and Kentucky soybean producer. And Caleb, thank you so much for joining us here today on Hoosier Ag Today. I appreciate your time, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity. Enjoyed it.